Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today we're reviewing the Biktrix Moto electric moped. Let's check it out. The Biktrix Moto is just that, a moto. It's basically a motorcycle, except with functional pedals. These moped-style e-bikes are awesome, and the Biktrix Moto steps it up a notch with a super laid-back version that is great for long cruises. Just check out the geometry, that long bench seat, and the high handlebars. These are practically ape hangers. Look at my hands, they're at shoulder level. It's just a super fun way to cruise around. Now, I will say that as much fun as it is to ride around throttle only like this, hitting 25 miles an hour easily, it's not a great bike for pedaling. The single speed setup has a pretty low gear ratio, and so you could pedal it just fine if you ran out of battery, but if you're going fast on throttle, there's really no point in trying to keep up with your feet. Though you're probably not going to run out of battery because they just put so much in it. The bike comes standard with a massive 1032 watt-hour battery. That's 48 volts and 21 amp hours. But then you can get a second battery option as well to double that to over 2 kilowatt hours of battery. Biktrix says each battery will do 50 miles or 80 kilometers. I'll tell you that the real world range will probably be more like 30 miles or 50 kilometers if you're riding at top speed most of the time like me. But still, that's some serious range for a big ol' heavy non-pedaling bike like this. The thing weighs nearly 90 pounds or 41 kilos, so those batteries are having to put out some serious power to move this thing along. And for a heavy bike, you need good brakes to bring it to a stop too. The dual piston hydraulic disc brakes here work great and make this a nice and low maintenance ride. More time on the bike and less time working on it. The Biktrix Moto has a number of other nice motorcycle-ish parts too. That long bench seat is nice and comfortable, allowing you to stretch out and find your optimal spot. This is the medium size of the bike, and it sports 20-inch fat tire wheels, but there's a larger version that has 24-inch fat tires and a bigger frame, which would probably be good for anyone that needs to stretch out more than me. I'm also a big fan of that headlight. It doesn't just look the part of a motorcycle light, it's actually really bright at 1500 lumens. This thing really turns night into day. Then there's that big suspension fork up front that actually works quite well on such a heavy bike, and it's a big part of making this thing a comfortable ride at full speed. You also get fenders included standard, along with a rear rack. I don't know how much loose cargo you can strap to that rack, as it's not particularly long, but you could always add a motorcycle-style cargo box on back and get some nice locking storage. I imagine most people will leave it unadulterated though, to retain this awesome look and not have a big old box on back. I'm just a big fan of the lines of this bike. It's a little bit ridiculous with the high handlebars, but I love that about it. It just makes it such a fun ride. And as I mentioned, since this isn't really a very pedalable e-bike, the ride is even more important. It better be comfortable and it better be fun. Otherwise, what's the point of getting a moped bike like this? And fortunately for us, it definitely is. The bike combines high power, long range, and quality parts into a blast of an e-bike. It's thrilling, but it's not a cheap thrill. At $2,299, you've got to fork over some real coin here. I think that price is fair though compared to the rest of the industry. Many moped-style e-bikes cost more and offer less. And yes, there are other ways to get value in an e-bike. Something like the Electrek XP may offer similar speeds on a 20-inch fat tire at half the cost, but it also offers half the battery and nowhere near the style points of something like this. So I probably wouldn't recommend this bike for someone trying to eke out the best deal on speed and power per dollar, but I absolutely would recommend it for anyone searching for a moped-style bike that offers long range, comfortable ride, and good quality parts. For that purpose, this thing is a hole-in-one. Thanks for watching everyone. We hope you enjoyed that review of the Biktrix Moto electric moped. If you did, why don't you give this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.